welcome back to BEU Universe, and this time I'm not an idiot that's going to record for 50 straight minutes and not have his mic turned on. Alright, so I just have bullet points of everything I'm going to go through. I am actually going to do this, so I have some music in the background, and hopefully not die while I am doing this. So, first thing I want to go over is the points, which is real simple. SmackDown has 15 points compared to Raw's 11 after Bad Blood. Oh, I guess I might as well talk about my United States Championship win. Basically, even though I am suspended from Raw via Stone Cold Steve Austin, I technically won it as a Raw superstar. So basically, all that means is that every match that I have is basically going to be SmackDown versus Raw, because the United States Championship is a SmackDown Championship. And furthermore, I'm not allowed on Raw until after SummerSlam. So, I could drop it at any point. In the initial video, which I know you guys will never see or hear, especially. I am scheduled to face Alexis King on the SmackDown. It's going to be a non-title match, so that not really going to affect anything. But that match is going to be under SmackDown versus Raw. So, okay. I spoiled a bunch of stuff in the last video, and I'm not sure if I want to do that this time. However, I will talk about the tweet gens, since basically they're kind of useless at this point with all the features that we have now in 2K26. I'll let this keep scrolling. So on this past episode of Raw, there was supposed to be a tweet gen that was put in there where John Cena was going to call out the Phenom King and says at Saturday night's main event he will represent Raw in SmackDown vs. Raw number one contender match. That match was set to be a number one contenders match for their brand's world championship, and I am personally going to go ahead and spoil that and say that no matter who is in that match, they will automatically become number one contenders for the world titles at SummerSlam. So John Cena, being a part of it, automatically puts him in a match for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And not to spoil this, but there's really no point to hide it. The Phenom King will not defend until SummerSlam. So, yeah, so that's that. Let's see. I think I just need to go through this from SmackDown 26 to Saturday night's main event. So, the next episode that will be uploaded will be SmackDown 26. Obviously, I've already said that I'm facing Alexis King in SmackDown vs. Raw. We're going to have Becky Lynch versus Toni Storm in a number one contenders match for the women's world title. So the winner of that match will face Io Sky at Saturday night's main event. We'll have Ethan Page's Legends Open Challenge, and the person he is facing, which I won't spoil, is they're back. They're back in universe. I'm very excited for this person to come back. Sorry. Number one contenders match for the women's tag team championships will be held in a triple threat tag team elimination match. We'll have Alba Fire and Piper Niven versus Bayley and Lyra Vaquera. Then we'll have Julia and Kiana James to finish out that match. Their opponents are not set yet, and I will get to that after this last match here. The last match for SmackDown is Rey Mysterio versus Batista versus Chris Jericho versus Eddie Guerrero, and the winner of that match will face John Cena and will become the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. um, and I will get to the World Championship situation when we get to uh, Saturday night's main event. For Raw, Ilya Dragunov had us all promo last week. Said he was going to beat his next opponent with a super finisher. Not sure if that's going to be the case or not. I don't think it will. But, I mean, who knows? So, anyways, fast forward. The women's tag team titles will be on the line. I think Blake Monroe beat Sol Ruka last week. So, Zarya and Sol Ruka will defend their women's tag titles against Blake Monroe and a mystery partner, which I am excited to see because I love the feature of having a mystery person and you just don't know who it is. So it could be anybody. And that will main event Raw 27. SmackDown 27, Ethan Page will have his second to last Legends Open Challenge match. And honestly, the way that I'm doing this last one on SmackDown, I like it. I like how it's gonna go. And then on the next SmackDown 27, the same as that Ethan Page Open Challenge. I like. I myself am hosting a U.S. Open Challenge match, and that match will also be featured under SmackDown versus Raw. Any match that I'm in on the SmackDown brand or on pay-per-view, I guess, will be against a SmackDown superstar. So, but now I've got to backtrack to Raw because this is the biggest thing heading into SummerSlam. Um, and I know I should probably still do it anyways, but I just don't see the need to do the whole tweet gen thing. We're going to have HBK calling out the Phenom King, telling him to enjoy his time as WWE Champion because his time is up at SummerSlam. And of course, I've already said that Cena will become number one contender. This basically is just doubling down on Cena being number one contender, regardless of the result at Saturday night's main event, and Stone Cold is going to approve it. That's not the only thing Stone Cold is going to approve, because since this is not going to be part of the end of the show, I can go ahead and tell you now that Shawn Michaels is also going to say that he is going to be the special guest referee for the Phenom King versus Cena at SummerSlam. And that match will be held under unsanctioned rules. So the only people responsible for what happens in that match is going to be John Cena, Shawn Michaels, and the Phenom King. Which, the Phenom King is surrounded by a pretty good company, if I were to able to say so myself. Also, Ethan Page will hold his last Legends Open Challenge at Saturday night's main event. And in doing so, I personally am granting Ethan Page a number one contendership for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. I plan on holding that title until SummerSlam, at least until SummerSlam, if not for the rest of the season, if not for the rest of the time the Big Evil Universe is a thing. But I will grant him that number one contendership at SummerSlam after he is done with his Legends Open Challenge. And this is also assuming that I'm going to be champion. But regardless, Ethan Page will face the United States champion for that championship at SummerSlam. Okay, obviously, Cena will face whoever that is. That is 3 matches. The fourth match well, there's 5 matches already announced. Um, uh, God, the fourth match, Io Sky will defend her women's world title against either Becky Lynch or Toni Storm. Um, the women's tag team titles will be on the line. Raw will be the champions heading into that match. Um, and they will face the SmackDown team, whoever wins on this coming SmackDown. Um, then we have, in the main event, we have Cody Rhodes defending his world title against Sami Zayn. So, God, sorry, yes, I promised I was better like an hour ago, and I don't know what's happened in the last hour. So that is, yeah, and then going over it twice is not great. Um, on the Raw that will follow Saturday night's main event, LA Knight will face the Intercontinental Champion Bronson Reed. Just making sure I have that down. And then the winner of that IC Championship match will face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I kind of screwed Roman because I decided to play as Roman in the number one contenders match, and apparently a water bottle is enough to cause a disqualification, which I was not very excited about. Um, so I'm making it up to Roman, and he can have his one-on-one shot at SummerSlam. And then Bianca Belair in the main event will defend her WWE Women's Championship against Lana Austin. Lana, I don't think, has won a championship since season 5, so it's been a long time. Uh, so, uh, yeah. Okay, so that clears up pretty much everything for now until SummerSlam. I mean, other than whatever I had in throughout the shows. That's all the big things. We're going to go over the schedule real quick, and then we're going to talk about WrestleMania and 2K26, and then I'm just going to wrap it all up. So the schedule, which I actually went ahead and wrote down. Of course, coming up next, we got Saturday night's main event, which is the second of the season. Then we have SummerSlam that will follow that, Clash in Paris, our fifth edition of Evolution, which I actually went back and counted in the middle of the video, uh, the one that I did without my voice in it. I have also added a Halloween Hobbit special right before Crown Jewel, which I believe will be a dual pay-per-view, meaning 2 pay-per-views in one weekend. Um, then we will proceed to Survivor Series War Games 5, so 5 editions of War Games Survivor Series, which also, going back, sorry, I keep skipping ahead and I apologize. Crown Jewel will be the SmackDown versus Raw Champion versus Champion pay-per-view. We will also crown the Crown Jewel Championships or whatever it is. I think I'm going to do mine differently than what they do in real life. They crown those titles, and I don't know if they did it 2 years in a row. I'm not sure if that's a thing. But nonetheless, so whoever wins that Crown Jewel Championship, if they are not the champion, then they will defend that title in the triple threat, or in a triple threat with the World Heavyweight Champion and the WWE Champion. So I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I mean, I don't think there's any reason of not doing it that way, you know. So that's for the men's and the women. So, and I've seen that the women's title is huge on a women's superstar. So, um, anyways, Crown Jewel. Then we got Survivor Series War Games. Survivor Series will be normal for the first time ever. We're gonna have the 2 War Games matches, and then we're gonna have 5 championship matches. The 4 main world titles, which are the WWE World Heavyweight, and then both women's world titles. And then we're going to have our final match for the women's tag team championships of the season. So who are champions at the end of that match, they will go into season 9 as champions. Um, and then at the end of the season, we're going to end it off with King of the Ring. And then, like a week later, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Slammy Awards, which I said in the last video. I did not like how I did the second edition of the Slammy Awards, so I'm going to try to fix that this year and do a lot better. So that is the schedule. Moving on to season 9 / WrestleMania season 9, or WrestleMania 9 rather. WrestleMania 9, 10 are for sure going to be done on 2K26, and I'm going to try to do WrestleMania 11 on 2K26. I am highly considering not buying 2K27, or at least not right away. I have pre-ordered every 2K since 2K20, and it's just not. It's just not. It's not where it needs to be for me, which is fine. I mean, just gonna see if I have this paper here real quick. I could actually go over that page right there. I'm really not seeing this paper right here. How about there's a one? That's crazy. Okay. So that's I'm losing this right now because yeah, that's insane. Okay, cool. Well, WrestleMania 9, I sucks that I don't have it. It's been sitting in front of me this whole time, and now all of a sudden it's not. The only reason why I'm kind of stressing it is because I had the location set up, which I guess the location really doesn't matter, but it matters to me. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, I have 3 locations set up for WrestleMania 9, 10, and 11. And, it's just not there. So that'll come at a later date. Honestly, it probably needs to be special in its own video, or whatever. So, oh yeah, we'll say that. But WrestleMania 9, 10, and 11. So seasons 9 and 10 for sure will be recorded and uploaded and stuff via 2K26. I plan on going as long as I can with this universe, which there's no real ending in sight to me. So we're only halfway through season 8 right now, so that also is going to help. And I'll go ahead and go over this little piece of paper here. I wrote out who I consider who could be the next 5 world champions for each brand and each division. And either they haven't ever been, or they haven't been at least 4 seasons, which is kind of crazy to me. So obviously for Raw, we got Drew McIntyre's Mr. Money in the Bank. Drew's on SmackDown, but Money in the Bank is cross-branded, so who knows when they might cash in or pop up. And especially with the new feature of them being able to cash in on literally any match they want to. Drew McIntyre, I'm glad I didn't force him to cash in on that Cody Rhodes CM Punk match because Cody just dominated it. But for Raw, I mean, obviously Cena hasn't been champion since season 4, the beginning of season 4, and that's just really tough to me. I also have Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Edge, and Randy Orton, with an honorable mention of Samoa Joe. For the Raw Women's Division, we got Jordan Grace, Lana Austin, of course. She's going to have her chance to try to do it. Roxanne Perez, Blake Monroe is someone I look forward to seeing as world champion at some point, and Dakota Kai being the 5th one. The honorable mentions for Raw here as Asuka and Michin. I think Michin can actually do something. I know her presentation on WWE television the last couple of years have not been great. But also going to throw in there of Lita being Miss Money in the Bank. For the SmackDown Men's Division, we're going to have Obafemi, Eddie Guerrero, Solo Sikoa, Gunther, Rob Van Dam, and my honorable mentions there is Ethan Page, which he has been world champion this season. But I just felt like he didn't get the reign that he really deserved. And then Kane is the last one. Kane, someone that should have already been world champion. SmackDown Women's Division, Tony Storm, Raquel Rodriguez, JC Jane, Carmen Petrovic, and Kendall Gray. And then Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss being the honorable mentions there. So we'll see if any of those come true or happen. And yeah, this video is definitely like half the video time as the other one. Yeah, we're sitting at 22:39 right now. And yeah, so just to wrap up things here, I like the state of the universe right now. I think that it's at a good spot, and I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. Of course, we all know that there are games releasing later in the year, like GTA 6, and there's, of course, a new NASCAR game that's going to build off of the base game that they had released last year. So, a lot of good things are coming, and more stuff is going to come to the channel. So, I know I've been saying that for a while, but I really feel like it's time to actually release some new stuff, new content, because things get stale. I mean, you see, I'm doing one thing, obviously, and if it doesn't interest you, then why would you watch it, right? So, we might even have some GTA 5 content come out too. I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, I like where we're at. I like what's coming. I think our next 2 seasons of the universe are gonna really grow ourselves. So that's probably the wrong thing to say. I don't know. Anyways, I think that's all from me. So I hope you guys enjoy SmackDown and all the future content releases, obviously. But it all starts with SmackDown. This I'm gonna say this Friday, but if I released it earlier, I guess you can thumbs up. But yeah, I appreciate Matthew, Sean, everybody that's involved with this university. So how see how things turn out.